Coach Massi here from Massi-Machado Strength and Conditioning, and this is another episode of Move Your Feet, the video series that helps examine the concepts of how you move your anatomical components and command them through space with or without resistance at game and light speed performance and really well. And today, I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to slow it down a little bit because last episode I kind of blew through it, and I do not want to perform a disservice for anybody. I really want to step it back and examine what we did and where we're going. So today, we're going to take a look at winning angles, the angles that are necessary to quickly change direction and agility, still looking at the lateral aspect. We didn't kind of get into working the compass in all the different angles and directions. We're still working on the inside and outside edges of our feet. We're still in the downstairs portion of our facility. And we're going to walk around a little bit today. You may see a few things around the room that seem out of place, including the giant cue card I have, because I do not want to miss anything. So we're going to go back to the last episode in the sense that we're going to look at what we were first examining. So as Maddie follows me, Coach Kernan comes back in the frame. So Coach Kernan here is going to go right back to kicking his shoes off, because we're still going to take a look at the inside and outside edges of his feet. And if you remember from the last episode, we had to correct him a little bit on the shuffle spit. So now we regress the movement a little bit. Simple mini band, inferior patella, below the knee, and we're just going to have him demonstrate that shuffle spit again, paying attention to inside and outside edges of the feet, and no closer than 12 inches, optimally 16 inches apart. So, Maddie, you're going to have to follow him because he's going to move and you're going to run those bags into frame. So, he's going to just give us some shuffle spit, and he's going to go right, left. Good, a little bit better. So as that back foot's coming into play, he's spitting the front foot out. So then what do? Take the band off. We're going to put him back in that movement. Shuffle spit, go. And come back. Great. With that shuffle spit, we also said you can take the medicine ball. You can separate the lower and upper kinetic chain, the extremities, good high ball hug, and here he goes. Go. And then back. Spit it out. And rest. Good. We did leave out the utilization of a smaller bar that can also help. By utilizing the Tsunami Bar flexible barbell, the ultralight, with only 5 pounds per side, with a Zercher loaded. And when he moves this way, laterally, with this in a high Zercher load position, it gives him some reactivity to deal with. Not just the ground reaction force, but also the reactivity out of the bar, utilizing the reactivity from the bar, which is actually from his own biomechanics, to really master inside and outside edges of your feet. Go. And that one's tough. He's really got to squeeze that bar. Ooh, so yeah. Pinch down on the bar. Yep. He's going to maybe have to grab it or pinch down on it and really move. Go. Good. What I really like about that bar, especially the small guy, it really helps you become aware of what anatomical components are required for that eccentric control during that deceleration phase. So now we're going to kind of step a little bit ahead to what we call winning angles. So in this episode, we're going to talk about the angles that are required when making lateral directional changes. And there's lots and lots of schools of thought here. So for me, when we start to break things down, it all breaks down to what edges of the feet that you're using. Now, if you train hockey guys, you can talk to them about inside and outside edges of their blade, and they'll understand that really well. But dealing with the average client and maybe even the average athlete, especially if they're younger, if they're high school or middle school, you really have to help them develop an understanding of the inside and outside edges of the feet. You help them with their anatomical and biomechanical cognizance, I call it. Make them aware of what's going on as they engage the ground, what they're giving up if they don't engage the ground appropriately. And of course that crosses over into speed, agility, and the ideas of quickness also. So that can go down, Kev. Now we grab simple cones. So what we're looking at here is I think a lot of the initial movements, we don't call them first step. We call them initial proactive movement or initial reactive movements, which of course can turn into a string or a chain of other movements. But the initial proactive movement, which a lot of people like to say the first step, is basically the movement you know or you're intending to perform. The initial reactive movement is going to be in response to a stimuli, another player, a ball, the way the puck moves, whatever makes you move a specific way. So on this simple drill, getting you going back and forth, initial proactive movement, we just put a couple of cones out. And what we're trying to kind of embed here is making an understanding of, once again, the power pillar, inside and outside edges of your feet, the spread between the feet, biomechanical efficacy, good tall chest, not leaning way over because now we're off balance, but where we're in a good playing position, good response position, a good life position for a regular client. Now, if I'm going to move to that cone, and I know I want to move back from that cone, that's something I know I have to perform. That's going to be a proactive movement. I'm not responding to anything. I'm just helping to develop the inside and outside edges of my feet and my winning angles. So if I go that way, and I know I want to come back, I should have an angle that's heading back that way. So I'm on my inside edge here on my right leg, and I'm on my outside edge here on my left leg. I'm dealing big time with my big toe, ball of my foot, and I'm on the outside edge here slightly, but not quite at my pinky toe. I have tension even when I'm here. My glutes are lit up, my hamstrings, my quads, and I feel like already I can just use that stored kinetic energy to get back that way. Now, if I just simply take my own body and I go this way and lean, something already feels wrong about me getting back that way. Worse than that, having people do cone touches where when they come here they're doing this thing, you're giving them a negative posture, a negative lean. Because if you're going to have them come here, touch this, and expect them to get back there in a timely fashion, you're basically having them get into like a ski or slalom position. So every time we think about that back and forth, inside, outside edges of feet, and winning angles, you want to make sure they're ready to get back. They're ready to get back. So Kevin's going to come in, way more athletic than I, and he's going to work to each cone and he's going to stop. No band.
No band.
You're a stud. Go. Stop. Good. Here. This is what we're looking at. Kevin's here. If I hold him here, I should see a little bit of quiver starting to develop. Yep. Got a little hamstring quiver, a little quadricep quiver. He's ready to load and go. You don't want to keep him here too long, but what I'm also trying to illustrate is he'll start leaking force away if I keep him here too long. So, proprioceptive touch. When I touch you, Kevin, you're going to go. Boom. Freeze. Come back. And back. Let me follow him down here. You see there's a little bit more of a waver here, and Kevin's electing to touch the cone sort of midline of his body. I'm going to redirect that. Kevin's going to stop with his foot here, just outside the cone. This way we can take a look at his angles. And ready? And go. So, boom. Stops. Good. Good angle. Now, Kevin, stand up. Tell me if you feel any better. Flex now. Do you feel any better about going back that way?
No, it's way too much time.
Way too much. So you can now teach the client, look, if you're in this business and you don't want to touch anybody or they don't want to be touched, it's the wrong relationship. Tell Kevin just to relax where he is, and you can kind of help him understand which direction feels better. Okay? Remember, proprioceptors on the skin, on our body, are going to help us move through space. Give it another shot. Go and stop. Good, and relax. What I really like about the concept of winning angles is you can build this into your speed progressions. So if you're on a linear speed day and you're having people sprint, you can literally have them go in, come to a complete stop, and you can hold a group, and you can look and make a diagnostic examination, diagnostic opinion about what people are actually stopping correctly or decompensating, and pull them offline and work with them individually. Now, Kev, let's give this a shot with that ultralight Tsunami Bar, and we'll backload this because Zercha loading it is a little tough. But what you'll see with Kevin is he's used to using these bars. We're going to put it on. Now we're taking it, once again, Upper, lower, kinetic chain. We're attempting to separate them so we get the best of both worlds. Upper, lower, kinetic chain, separated. Reactivity for the bar. Management of ground reaction force. There's a lot going on here so that when he gets to game or life speed performance, he's going to manage his anatomical components like a pro because he has none of the rest of this to deal with, but yet he's been building these biomechanics through neuromuscular response training or biomechanical reactivity training. Give it a shot. And go. Now we're going to tell him, watch your heels, shuffle, spit, and freeze right here. Boom. Ah, see? Now, I'm glad he slipped. Now, you can relax. Socks, yes. But you'll notice in the previous movements, without the bar, he wasn't slipping. This is proof in the pudding. He has to manage the reactivity in the bar. There's something else here that's giving him a force to deal with and manage. So, this is basically the progression right before we go to shoes back on. He's learned his inside and outside edges of his feet, and you're going to have him smoking through this as quickly as he possibly can. You cannot overstate the importance of learning inside and outside edges of the feet. I must have said that a million times this episode. You cannot understate the importance of your angles, especially when you know it's a proactive movement, you know you're coming back. He's going to have that positive angle. Show him that positive angle. Positive angle is he's going that way, so he's already leaning that way. When he gets to that side, go that way. He knows he's coming back this way. He's already navigated. He's already started that exchange. We're building brain-body connection here. Until next time, Coach Massi here from Massi-Machado Strength and Conditioning. I don't ever want to perform a disservice for you guys and move too quickly. You guys can hit us up. Go to our website at MMSC.com or m2strength.com. I believe another one of our websites is mmscny.com. I will put our contact info at the end of this video because please, be like the bold. Send me some questions. I don't care. I would rather help to equip you like people have done in my career to help me. Until next time, Coach Massi here from Massi-Machado Strength and Conditioning. Out.